In realms long forgotten, there are tales of the Forest Kingdom, a place of honour and chivalry, known to some as the Land of the Purple Dragon, but known to all as Cormyr.
Hi, I'm Tilda, and I'm playing Hiram, a half-orc paladin.
Hi, my name's Carl. I'm playing Catcher Donahue, human bard.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I'm playing Badger, a forest gnome monk.
Hi, my name is Anton, and I play Balthazar, a Warforged Cloak of Azuth.
Hi, my name is Al, and I'm playing Slate, a changeling druid.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm playing Zombo, who is a halfling rogue/warlock.
And my name is Dan. I shall be the dungeon master on this adventure. Good evening, everybody.
Hello, Team Dan.
Evening.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, it's five of us. I can count. It's the five of us again. Carl and Tilda are still catching all the sunny sun out in Hungary, so they'll be back next week. But this week we've got the party bus here with us. The Blue Dragons are stomping through the sewers of Marsember.
That's right.
Off the back of our last episode. Found yourselves in a bit of spot of bother, didn't you? A couple of rats caused a bit of a problem. Normally that's like a level 1 quest to clear the rats out of the basement, but
We were meant to be having a party. That didn't quite happen.
Yeah. Well,
We're on our way to the party. We're still going to the party.
Yeah, it's just a detour.
Fine.
Just a detour.
One of the most beloved members of our fan of the fan favorite
Yes.
is gone. We need a moment here.
The best war dog is gone.
Yeah.
Yes,
How can we party at a time like this?
Yes, it's this day takes a heavy toll on all of us.
And if you don't know who that is, you need to go back and watch part 1.
Absolutely. In fact, actually, there will be a card up there.
We believe you, Dan. We
Cool.
believe you.
So, shall we jump straight back into it, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Wonderful. Within the port city of Marsember, a nefarious plot unfolds. In the shadow of the ongoing civil war between Raedra and Ezered, it would not be unexpected for such an event to go relatively unnoticed by more powerful adventurers. It is fortunate then that the dogged stoicism of at least one member of the crew of the Fortune's Claw has revealed the dastardly scheme born within the sewers of the mainland district, the machinations of a madman. Quite how the criminal, Zumbo Marifat, has orchestrated such an outlandish plan to distract our brave heroes only goes to show the depths of depravity this kraken-loving halfling will sink to. Supplying the so-called Rat King with magical contraband to create an army of mind-controlled rats, Marifat has the blood of one valiant adventurer on his hands already. The next step for our Blue Dragons is to escape the sewers with their lives and try to stop whatever grisly conclusion the Rat King's plan is quickly scurrying towards.
We have a chase scene.
Yeah.
And we meet our beloved Blue Dragons in the sewers underneath Marsember, chased by some fiendish rats with their glowing brains exposed, a literal tide of fur and tooth and claw chasing the Blue Dragons through the sewers with the surviving members of the War Dogs ahead of them. With this little chase set up in mind, if I could have an initiative roll from everyone, please.
Okay.
Of course. Initiative is here. 12.
Okay. So, we have, Ruth 21, Subtle 12, Knowles 11, Morton 6, and the Rats on 21 as well. If I do, may as well change that to 20. There we go. Cool. So, first things first, with the chase, it's the same rules that we normally use, but for those of you who don't know, first up will be Reeve, who will need to make a move DC, like a move check to see if she can keep her pace in the encounter. That will be in the form of a strength athletics or a dexterity acrobatics check. But there will be various obstacles in her way. So first things first, Reeve, as you make the first roll of this chase, you are afflicted by an impediment.
What?
So first things first, as you run along, there is a low hanging pipe that kind of gets in your way. So if I could get you to make a DC 10 Dex acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay.
If you fail, you stumble and have disadvantage on your run roll.
Okay then. It's a normal roll. It's an 11.
Okay, so with your athletics, you manage to vault the knee high pipe and continue on. So if I could have a move DC check.
What is that?
So it's just a strength or athletics check. Your speed is 30 foot. So
I can roll
DC
athletics for that, can I?
Yeah, so your DC is 14. If you want to dash on your turn, you get advantage on the roll.
I would like to dash. Advantage! 15.
Okay, so the DC is 14. You manage to stay where you are and keep the distance between you and the rats behind you.
Cool.
Next up, the cranium rats. Squeak, squeak. Suffer no complication. The road is clear for them, and they will...
Lucky ratters.
Lucky ratters. Oh, okay, so the rats begin to... Oh, actually, they have... Just
Each make 2 checks. One to avoid obstacle, and the second one to move.
Yes. So the rats begin to fall behind slightly. Next up, Subtle. As you run away, there is no complication facing you. So if I could have a move DC.
Sure.
Bear in mind, you can use your action. Yeah, you can use your action on your turn, but that means you wouldn't be able to dash.
That's fine. I'm going to use an action.
Yeah.
Good.
What is the range of Gertha? Because the rats are now more than 90 feet away.
What did it say? Is it in my inventory?
In your inventory, it is...
It doesn't. Martial, firearm, heavy, reload, two-handed. Doesn't have range.
Tell you what, it's fine. Yeah, are you doing a solid slug?
Sure.
Cool. Okay. So, yeah, as you stop, turn up, kind of fire from the hip, you hit the swarm of rats.
Go away, frogs! Go away!
Roll for damage.
I got a 16 damage.
Okay. As your small cannonball careens down the sewer, ricocheting off a wall, you see a splats of red as a number of rats squished by the high velocity slug.
I'm
cool.
gonna move forward, which is it's probably gonna be in athletics. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Normal. And I 25.
Okay, spurred on by the explosion, you and managed to run ahead of the rest of the pack.
Do I run further because it's a crit? Is that how
unfortunately not.
No.
Knowles, as you see Subtle sprint past you, you are accosted by a rat swarm that comes out and comes out of a kind of auxiliary pipe. So I need you to make a DC 15 Dex save, please.
Please pass. Please pass.
We'll get
Wait.
Oh,
Yay!
okay.
Oh, thank God.
So You hear and see the squeaking and the glowing brains just in time that you managed to jump across the sewage to the other side of the river to avoid them. So,
Oh.
having avoided the rat swarms, if I can now have a move check from you, please.
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna? Oop.
Beautiful.
Are you dashing or doing something else?
Oh, I was gonna see about. Can I use my help action?
You can.
Ah.
So effectively, you are counted as being adjacent to everyone in your segment. So currently, you're adjacent to Reeve and Morton. But yeah, you can help one of them if you so wish. So you can help Morton on her check in a second.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Yeah, because I'm behind Morton, I'm gonna try and just kind of push her along in a
Sure.
helpful way, and not in a fall over and get stuck way.
Okay, cool. So as you leap across, and kind of jump towards Morton, Morton.
Yeah.
If I could have, so there's no complications from you. You can have advantage on a roll this turn, thanks to Knowles.
Okay, great. Thanks, Knowles. I mean, I was gonna probably dash anyway, just because I'm not particularly athletic. Yeah, and I've got an ability that I'd quite like to use, but I need to be within 60 feet. So those rats are too far away, aren't they?
Currently, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna use Knowles' help then, just to run away. Focus on running.
Okay, so
athletics, yeah.
Athletics or acrobatics with advantage.
Oh, I can use acrobatics.
Mhm.
Oh well, I'll definitely use that.
Whoa, there you go. So, with Knowles kind of pointing things out ahead of you, you managed to kind of duck under a pipe that runs from wall to wall, and with the aid, you managed to break away from the rest of the pack. So, all of you, if I could get you all at the bottom of the round to make a perception check, please.
Yes.
20,
It's a 5.
17, 22.
I got a crit fan. Double
Okay.
kill.
So,
Nice.
you lot have 3 passes. Bear that in mind. Cool. Next rat turn. So, Reeve. As you watch as your crew start to move ahead of you, just as some foliage that's kind of sprouting through a crack in the ceiling just kind of hits you in the face.
Right.
So if I could have a DC 15 Constitution save, please.
It is a normal roll, I believe. 70.
Cool. So you manage to soldier your way through it and kind of pull the vines away from your face. And yeah, you can see the rest of your crew starting to break away with you. And further up ahead, you can also see the warhounds, the war dogs, sorry, booking it at full speed. If I could have a move check, please.
I'm gonna dash.
Okay.
So advantage. Just.
Oh, okay.
Just.
You stumble, you slow down ever so slightly by the vines, but you manage to keep it. So the cranium rats. They're going to. Okay. So they fail, and they
We won. We win.
No, I don't think we win.
No.
An
They
even
lost.
bigger swarm of cranium rats.
So, with a check of a 5, you watch as the sound of the rats kind of disappears off as you pull ahead of them. So I will allow everyone to pass the next round, and very quickly, if I could grab another round of perception checks.
Oh, okay. It's a 14.
Not a good fail.
Oh dear.
Like that. High and lows.
Oh, that was a
Okay.
big roller coaster of emotions.
Not the best work.
Okay, so
The rats are above us.
that's actually no passes. So
What?
the rats re-emerge. And we'll go back to the top of round 3. So, Reef,
Yeah. What is it?
so as the sound of rats re-emerges behind you, you encounter an obstacle ahead of you. It's a gate that you have to vault. So if I could have a dexterity, acrobatics check, or an intelligence check, your choice.
Oh. Okay. It's going to be an acrobatics. She's going to vault over this
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Or is she? Normal roll. It's a 14.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
you managed to clamber up and over the rusted wire fence.
Okay.
And if I can now have a move check, please.
Yes, you may. It's an athletics again. I'm going to dash. So it's advantage. 22.
22. Okay, you also managed to use the shortcut via that wire fence to make some gains.
Awesome.
Uh,
Come on, Knowles.
so next up, the rats will. There we go. So the rats, emboldened by their reinforcements, surge forward, and they're now within 90 feet of you, Knowles. They are gaining. Subtle. You don't suffer any complications, but
Yes.
what do you do?
Can I shoot at the rats?
You can. They are 100. Yeah, they're fine. They'll still be in range. It'd be disadvantaged actually. They're 115 feet away. So
Where do I not get disadvantage?
when they're closer, you're at long range. Yeah.
Why don't you see it?
Can I get
See if you
closer?
fall back anyway.
Can I run
And
towards
then. Oh. What,
you
you
can.
fall back a little bit? in
You
order
can
to shoot
voluntarily
them?
fail your move roll.
Well, not only that, I think he'll run towards the rat. Go away! Go away, frogs!
Okay, so you... Right, in which case, Subtle, as you turn around and run backwards towards the rats, that seems quite inspired for Subtle, so you can have inspiration. And you are now within 90 feet. I mean, I was realistically...
That's still disadvantage?
It's still a disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Let's go! Gerther, disadvantage. Turn!
Okay, so you fire a second slug, but this one kind of hits the ground and then bounces up and over the swarm, landing behind them.
That's my turn.
Okay, Knowles. Subtle is running the wrong way, but what do you do as you suffer no complication?
I will again help. I'm going to turn to Subtle and say, Subtle, it's not time for target practice. It's time for running. The other way. Come on. And then
The
I'll
other
just
way?
grab his arm and start pulling him forward again.
Okay. So that was your bonus help. If I could have a move check, please.
Uh-huh. So I'm just going to run, right?
Yes.
I'm going to do that like that. Ooh,
Hey,
21.
Hey.
good stuff.
So yeah, after scolding Subtle, you manage to kind of run across a narrow walkway, and then you catch up with Reeve and Morton. Speaking of Morton, you also suffer no complications as you're legging it. So what do you do?
Not looking back, just shouting over her shoulder, Subtle, I am not patching you up if they catch you.
Go.
Just going to keep legging it. I'm going to dash.
Yeah. Okay, so as you turn round to shout at Subtle, like your foot slips on some slime you weren't expecting, and you slow down enough that you move back a spot.
Mickey.
Catching, and Subtle, you panic as Subtle starts to catch you up. So, everyone, if I could have another perception check, please.
Okay. It's a 4.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Is that just you or everyone? Everyone.
That's a 17. Everyone, please.
8.
Well,
Okay. So
1 pass.
Morton, as you stagger back, you manage to pass a perception check. So as a group, you're now up to 4. So bear that in mind.
Okay.
And Reeve, you see Morton kind of start to lag behind with Subtle, but what do you do as you face no complications?
Okay. Probably gonna just keep running. I do have an ability to help you guys out, but it's a reaction, so I need to wait for you to fail something, and it'd be worth me using it. So for now, I am just gonna run.
Okay.
Run. Advantage! Oh, thank God.
24. Okay. So
That would have been a 6 otherwise. I'm a bit...
as you head down and then you break out into a full sprint, you manage to catch up with the rest of the adventuring party.
Yeah.
So
And I'm gonna yell at them. Do you know the way out?
One like the lumbering Goliath woman turns round and we're still looking. She shouts back. And the halfling on the other side says, "Like they completely ate him." He shouts, like, "There was nothing left."
Yes, I'm sorry about Mungo.
At the thought of Mungo,
Oh no.
you hear many squeaks as these cranium rats surge ever closer towards you, Morton and Subtle. Subtle, on the plus side, they're now within short range.
Yeah. Definitely gonna do that.
oh god.
Okay, good. Time to shine. 18.
That is a hit.
Damage. Oh, that sucked. 5 damage.
5 damage, okay. And thankfully, you also suffer no complication.
Cool. And I have advantage to run away?
You can use your. Tell
Advan-
you what, you shot him with a cannonball. Yeah, have advantage.
But I think it's also because the L give me
Oh, beg my pardon. Yes.
athletics advantage. 14.
That's a fail.
It's a fail?
No, hang on. When an ally within 60 feet makes an ability check, attack roll, saving throw, or damage roll, I can add a d6! I yell! Get your ass in gear, Subtle!
Okay,
So
Reeve.
Subtle,
I'm
you
coming.
fired the cannon, you stumbled a few steps like you normally do, but as you try to gather up speed, you can feel the teeth like getting up to your ankles, and as Reeve shouts to you, run a bit faster and manage to pull ahead. Knowles, as you see Subtle almost as dinner,
Dear.
you encounter another rat swarm, Knowles. So can I have a
dear.
DC 15 dexterity save, please?
You can once.
These ones fall from a grate in the ceiling. A rat shower, if you will. Ooh.
A ratulunch.
A ratnado. Okay, so you take... As the rats fall on you, as you're distracted by Reeve shouting, Subtle almost being eaten, the rats fall on you, and you take 5 damage from being bitten.
Ugh.
And
This is not going to do well for my.
and you you step on a rat which pops under your foot, but you also fall prone. So you fall prone. It takes half your movement to get back up, which fundamentally means you would have to make the next move check with disadvantage. Unless you want to stay there.
Oh no, I'm not. I'd rather not just stay there. I'm gonna
Okay.
take get up and take the disadvantage and keep on. 7.
Stop it!
Okay, so
My crew!
as you hit the ground and then everyone starts to catch up with you as you kind of slip to one knee. Morton, Knowles has tripped up ahead of you, and you have caught her up. And there's nothing in your way, so what do you do?
Okay, Morton's gonna hang on, Knowles. I'm gonna get some of them off you and start pulling rats off Knowles and try and patch up any obvious bleeding using my armor doctor.
Okay.
So
Knowles, you can spend a D8 and hit dice to gain some health back.
Cool, thanks.
I guess looking over my shoulder and thinking, crap, we're not going to outrun them. I'm going to use my action to see if we can kill this swarm somehow, whether I can work out if there's a weakness.
It would seem that because they are such a... Well, what you realise is because it is this kind of large, amorphous blob of creatures, physical damage is probably not going to be as effective of them because it might kill a few, but it won't harm the swarm overall. But potentially, like elemental or kind of splash damage will do more against them. They're going to be fundamentally immune to pretty much every condition, so they can't be charmed, frightened, grappled, whatever, because it's a swarm. It's a tough call, tough break.
Yep. Okay, she's just going to keep running then.
Okay.
She's helped Knowles as best she can.
Okie dokie.
So...
Ooh, okay, so you managed to stay ahead of the rats and you pick up Knowles. So, Blue Dragons, if I can have another round of perception checks, please.
I think maybe the better we do it, the quicker we get out. Because we're looking for ways out, I suspect.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Woo! So they're 3.
So,
I've got 22, luckily.
22 and an 18. So Morton and Knowles. Well, Morton, as you pick up Knowles, and like Knowles, you kind of rub your knee off and wipe the rat off the bottom of your shoe. As you look up, you notice that there's there's an alleyway coming up ahead, and you can see light coming from it. And realizing it as you reach 6 successes, you frantically point at it and realize that is an exit.
Whew.
As you shout that, you watch as the war dogs kind of run straight past it, and then hearing you say, "Oh, stop!" double, and then kind of run down the alleyway you've pointed out to them. And as you all turn left down this alleyway, sure enough, you see like an open manhole cover with a ladder heading up to the surface. And as you hurry each other up, you see this tide just kind of come crashing round the corner towards you. Who's the first to go of the 4 of you? Who's the first to go up?
Oh, are we leaving the war dogs at the bottom of the ladder?
No, they've already
gone up. I mean,
yes. Reeve gets there first.
Reeve gets there first, I guess. Then she's the first mate. She's responsible for the crew, so she'd probably.
What? Let me say this: who's going last to make sure everyone gets up?
Reeve is going last.
In which case, Reeve, as you stop at the bottom of the ladder and hurry everyone up, as you go to everyone climbs up.
Does Subtle climb up?
Subtle climbs up.
Suttle's adamant he's gonna stay.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah, I think Knowles pushes Subtle up, is trying her best to just get him up because.
Okay.
Is Subtle staying with Reeve?
No.
Okay, right. So Reeve, as you shout at Subtle, and he.
Wait. Make an intimidation check.
Oh, fine. I am a half orc. So. Intimidation. It's a crit. 26. That's an order, Subtle Brandock.
So as you look into the blazing eyes of your half orc first mate, covered in piss and poop and rat,
just a rat hanging off my ear.
So yeah, Subtle, you find yourself compelled to head up the ladder. As Reeve, as you turn to take the first step, the tide of rats hits you, reaches you, and does a 23 hit you?
You know it does.
Okay. You take
Yeah.
19 damage as the rats snap at you before you manage to get up the ladder.
19, you say.
19.
Woo.
19. Ooh, okay.
Spicy.
Bracing.
And she, Reeve, as you kind of shake the rats off and kind of get to the top, you can just see that what was once a sewer floor is now just this carpet of dirty fur, kind of heading, like, just surging through the tunnels underfoot.
Idea that as she's climbing up, she's pulling rats off herself as they gnaw at her.
Well, as you throw the rats off and
them.
kick them away, you kick one towards a sewer grate, and it kind of skips down skips back down into the sewers. But you realise that, like, you've emerged back onto the streets of Marsember. And as you look around, like, everyone looks a bit confused because they've just seen 5 adventurers and 4 blue dragons just climb out of the sewer.
I just decided that the
yes, you see, like, everyone's looking at you a bit confused. And then as you look around and check that you're all in tip-top shape, Morton, you realise your first mate is somewhat banged up. If you want to do anything.
Yeah. Hang on, boss. Let me patch you up.
Oh, cheers, mate. Cat, don't fall off the table again. Great. So I get a D8. Do I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see what that is. That's a 4. 16, and then I get to do some hit dice as well. Cool. Thank you. How many can I do? Any number. Any number.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Morton, as you tend to your first mate, Subtle and Knowles, you just kind of check yourselves that you're all kind of still in one piece. You can see the war dogs nearby just breathe, like, panting heavily. And as you look around, you notice that you're closer towards the dry dock than you were before. You've clearly fled in a kind of a northwest kind of direction. And up ahead, like, a short way ahead, you can see the... it's almost fate, actually. But Knowles, you recognise the building up ahead as the Masked Merfolk. The fest hall that you promised your date that you'd meet them at tonight. Yeah.
What time does it seem?
It is now.
Like?
It is now kind of early evening, and in fact, the party at the Masked Merfolk has started already. You can see that there are a large number of people in it, and there's kind of laughing and singing and shouting coming from the fest hall up ahead.
Can I just look around for my clothes, please? Since I didn't bring them all down to the...
So your clothes are by the entrance that you left them at. Like, where you went into the sewers, from what I remember, you packed them away near that sewer entrance. So right now, you've emerged in Subtle's duvet. Yeah.
What is around? Is there... Okay, for a start, is there any kind of... shower... Well, wash basin, rainwater collected.
You can see a horse water trough nearby.
Very good.
Better that than nothing.
Oh, wait,
And
so
I'll
splashing
head
his
over
face
to that.
Oh yeah. So as you kind of splash your face, one of you, like, the war dogs turn to you, and Malka turns to you and, "Are you all right? Is everyone okay?"
We're fine. Are you all okay?
Well,
I
wouldn't say fine. I mean, to be fair, look at us. We all stink. I'm sure you are not fine. I'm really sorry again about Mango. That was very sad. And also, what was that? What was that?
The black robed figure kind of floats up to you and,
It seemed that there was some sort of psychic communion originating between the male in the sewers and the rat swarms. This seems like powerful magics.
Okay, or
As he finishes saying that, the halfling pugilist, Bodger, you understand his name to be, turns and, yeah, well, at least they're down there in the sewers and they're not up here, so we're fine, right? As he says that, because you're looking at them, they're looking at you, you see a little pink snout poke out of a nearby sewer drain.
Ooh.
And it kind of looks around and like sniffs the air. And it's not that unusual to see rats poking their heads out of the sewers in Marsember. But this rat kind of jumps out, and then another, and then another, and then another, and then another. And you notice that the rats coming out that are now starting to swarm out of the various sewer, like drains in the nearby area, all have exposed fleshy brains.
Ooh.
Right.
And as you glance at one another, you realise that these rats are moving towards the Masked Merfolk. And as the crowd starts to scream, as like the crowds around you start to scream as these rats start scurrying between their feet. And Knowles, with your perception, you notice this like hobbling, dirty coat wearing figure leaning heavily on a staff studded with pink and purple crystals, like limp towards the Masked Merfolk. And this figure stops at the steps, turns to face you with this ominous looking plague doctor mask, and then the figure throws the doors to the fest hall open and steps in, swarmed by his rats.
Oh.
And in that moment, Knowles, it really dawns on you that you're due to meet your date in the Masked Merfolk.
I'm gonna turn to everyone else and get to the water trough and start trying like frantically to wash and be like, there's a creepy little staff wielding person in there, go grab him, I'll be right in, just gotta do this. Has anyone got a change of trousers or anything like that? War puppies, whatever you're called, battle pups, have you got anything? Help.
The war dogs are kind of looking at the festival and they can see the rats pouring in, and you can hear like the sounds of panic and screaming starting to come from the festival as more and more rats are just pouring in through every kind of entrance that they can. And they look to you and they look to the shop on the off to the side, and they notice it's this kind of boutique clothes shop. And in the window, they see on a mannequin a dress. And as you look at it, Knowles, you realise it's a dress that you turned up in, but like half the price. And it, like, you got ripped off, actually. Like, how much? And they're doing it for. And Bodger looks to you, like this little halfling looks to you, and just punches the window.
Yes.
As everyone's kind of screaming and panicking around you, and like the war dogs look to you and we're gonna go help. They shout and they all turn and run towards the Masked Merfolk.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm gonna shout after them, thank you, and put the dress.
Yeah, we're going in. We need to help. We need to save Knowles' date.
Yeah, Knowles, it wasn't a blind date, was it? Because that stuff, that could be him, right? for all you know.
It's definitely not that. I have a feeling if we get him, we get the rest of the rats as well.
All right.
Okay, so are you headed towards the Masked Merfolk?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, as you arrive,
Oh my gosh.
As you arrive at the fest hall, you can see the crowds inside are... Yeah, there's a blind panic. There's shrill screaming, cries of panic and fear, and the rats are just kind of intermingling with the crowd. You can see people kind of like flinching as they're getting bitten, and there's glows of pink kind of moving through the crowds from the brains of these rats. And as you step in and kind of take stock of the situation, you notice that spread out through the downstairs of this place are the war dogs, who are individually just kind of battling off gathered swarms of rats, and these rats are kind of coordinated enough that they're effectively kind of creating moving kind of pyramids of themselves to get to higher heights to then leap off and bite things.
Oh no.
There's rats on the chandeliers, there's rats climbing over the merfolk statues that kind of dot the place. You can see them kind of coming over the bar, and there's the half drow bard on the bar, kind of doing almost like a tap dance type thing as he tries to kick these rats off the countertop. You can see the halfling pugilist kind of bent down at the waist, just it looks like he's just punching the floor. Malka's taking big swings with a club, and with every stroke you can see rats flying off and impacting the wall. Over in the far corner, you can see you assumed she was a mute dwarven knight battling some rats of her own, and just off to the side, you can hear the sound like magic cracks of magic, presumably from that black-robed figure. In amongst it all, you also then spot the robed figure by the stairs towards the next floor. And as the crowd are panicking and moving around, this figure, you can identify him from this glowing staff as he kind of limps weakly through the crowds, but with purpose. And this figure appears to be moving towards someone in particular. As he moves through the crowd, you watch as he slowly lifts the hands to the mask and takes the mask off, revealing what appears to be this kind of old, dirty man. His hair grimy, sweaty, like oily, draping down his face, almost like seaweed. It looks like a man who's been living in the sewers for some considerable time. But as he pulls his mask off, if I could have a history check from the four of you, please.
Oh gosh, are we going to recognise him? 14.
History. 7.
7. Okay.
A 12. We are learned individuals.
We definitely remember him.
Okay, so Reeve then. As you look across the crowd and you see this figure take his mask off, as he holds a hand out, as you peer a bit closer, you realise that the old man it's Abel Scoril, the patriarch of the Scoril noble family. They're a relatively minor noble house within Marsember. Nothing, in effect, not anything more than kind of glorified trade merchants. But as you look across, you have to double take, because as far as you understood it, Abel's 3 children announced his death recently.
Oh my gosh.
But here he is as he stumbles across, and as he holds a hand out, Please, my son, he says, and he appears to be gesturing to a young man wearing blue dragon clothes, like regalia in the crowd. And you recognise Sanbert Scoril, Abel's son. who just has gone white and is staggering backwards through the crowds. Abel staggers a few steps and he's shouting. You can hear his shouts over the screams, and he says, "Please, my son, we can rebuild our kingdom together," he says, and takes a few steps. And his son staggers back and, "Stay away from me!" he shouts. And as Abel Abel lurches a bit, loses his footing, holds onto his staff heavily, and he looks up and, "But if I am your father, if it is your duty to follow my footsteps, my boy, you and all of your other siblings. Please, you can be a prince to our new king, to our new subjects," he says, gesturing to the rats swarming around. As he says that, what are you all doing?
Shoot at the rats.
Reeve, what are your orders?
Reeve's gonna say, "Subtle Knowles, to the you're on the rat swarms. Protect the civilians. Morton with me." And she starts moving towards the father and son standoff that's happening over there, just kind of fighting away with her cutlass through the rats.
Okay, so if everyone can do a move.
Okay.
And then so Subtle, as you kind of head up alongside Malka, toting your massive cannon, and say there's still screaming crowds in and around you as you kind of push away through the crowds. As you step in, you can more clearly see Marsember Sewers, Abel's son, who looks to staggers back and, "But you're dead! You're supposed to be dead!" he shouts. The Rat King kind of hunches, and you see him kind of begin to snarl slightly as his son kind of keeps on backing away. And Abel, his eyes take there's this darkness that goes across his eyes as he says, "My boy, you're going to honor my legacy, whether you like it or not," he says. And as he says that, his face is illuminated in a pinkish hue as the crystals on his staff begin to illuminate, and you can see the rats, the brains of the rats all beginning to glow the same color. And Abel begins to kind of convulse. He starts to retch almost as if he's about to be sick. And as he doubles over, he kind of disappears behind the crowds. And when he re-emerges to look at you, his face has taken on a decidedly rodent-like appearance. And this rat man points a finger at his son and, "With us you will come," he says. And if everyone could roll me initiative again.
Initiative. The Rat King. Hey!
Hey! Okay.
Anton, you're on fire tonight.
I've had 3 20s.
3 crits.
It's amazing.
Okay, so yes, as you watch as Abel Scorrell, patriarch of House Scorrell, turn into what appears to be a rat-like humanoid, still clutching this staff. Subtle, you join Malka, who's currently kind of sweeping these rats side to side with the base of her hammer. What do you do?
It is my turn. I'm going
Yes.
to do a grape shot at this rat.
Yeah.
This big rat boy.
Yeah. Which was a DC 13 save.
Okay. So, as Abel's voice rings out through the crowd, it is drowned out by a ba-doom as you fire a grape shot into the ground.
Fail.
The rats fail.
And damage is 8 fire damage.
Okay.
I guess and it's in an area. Oh, what is this?
So,
My
yeah, that's
fingers.
fine. So, as you point the the grape shot down into the ground, and you just splatter a load of the rats against the against the wood grain. In fact, you blow out some of the wood flooring, taking some of the rats with it. Malka turns to you and, good shot! And she turns around and, we can handle the rats! You go stop him! She says, waving her hand at the Rat King.
Who? And Subtle will move.
Yeah.
I guess. Hold on. I'm here first.
As you go,
Yeah.
the rats surge and 15 to hit as they opportunity attack you.
Ooh. What is my AC? My AC is not 15, so that hits.
Okay. And you take 25 damage, 19 piercing and 6.
Are you
Sorry.
kidding?
Sorry,
What?
beg my pardon. 19 piercing damage, beg my pardon.
Okay, so I only take 19 damage, right?
19 damage, yes.
That sounds fantastic.
That was a
cool.
real strong roll by the rats.
What was it?
That
I'm
was a
gonna
pretty
actually
good roll.
surge,
Yeah,
and I will shoot again.
yeah.
Ooh.
Go. Are you the
Never mind.
fucking?
Bear in mind, there are now civilians between you and the king.
Oh.
There are a lot of civilians. between you and
Everybody
the king.
down!
I think Subtle will remember a lesson Reeve gave him going, wait, it's bad to shoot civilians. Okay. Alright, so I'll just
So
continue
proud
my
of you.
movement.
So
And I will-
you
and
can
that's it.
command crowds to disperse.
Okay, cool.
We're blue dragons. Of course we
I
can.
can.
Okay, so as you
How
point
about
your
this?
cannon-
I will use my action surge to prepare an attack, but I will ask Reeve to get the crowd to move.
Okay, cool. So yeah, in effect, each cluster of civilians can be ordered to move as a effectively you can remove one crowd.
Ooh.
Right, Reeve, what do you do?
Reeve was gonna spend her turn talking to people, but is it a free action to command crowds to move?
So realistically, the dispersion should be an action. beg my pardon.
Get out of the dwarf's way! I highly
Okay.
recommend it.
So as you disperse one of the crowd, as you shout, "Go, go, away, away!" Some of the crowd disperses and flees away from Subtle.
I'm also gonna say, as we're running towards the Rat King and the Sun, I'm gonna say to Morton, to have a look at this Rat King. See if what's wrong with him. Can we make him better? And then she's gonna run over here to sort of stand next to the Sun, and I guess
So-
she's going to encourage him to talk his father down, whatever it takes.
Just an aside,
Yeah.
sorry, I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
So moving through the crowds is difficult terrain.
Okay.
So you can get to there. So you're almost at Samba as you
Okay.
run past Bodger.
And I'm gonna say to him from 10 feet away that he needs to talk his father down in whatever way he can.
Okay. Right. So with that in mind, Morton.
So then Subtle will make
Oh, you
take a
rolled the shot. Okay. So
But I will. Can I use my inspiration to re-roll it?
you can indeed.
I'll do that.
So as Reeve scatters the crowd in front of you,
Yay! 21.
you
Then
as you close one eye, bite on your tongue. Are you firing at the Rat King? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
10 damage.
Bear in mind he is also in a crowd.
But I think Reeve dispersed the crowd.
Well,
The crowd around you.
I did. Yeah, there were two crowds. What's the problem?
Oh well.
Okay. Well,
It was a very accurate shot. It was a
it
21.
was a pretty accurate shot, wasn't it? Okay. So the Rat King, as the crowd parts just in time for this cannonball to bam smack into the side of the Rat King, and he staggers a few steps. As you kind of celebrate, hey, killing the man, you take a moment to consider why he's still standing. He appears to have shrugged off a lot of that damage. Morton, what do you do?
Yeah, well, she's kind of, I guess, a bit conflicted between her desire to follow orders and her desire to heal Subtle, so she's going to try and do both.
Okay.
So, difficult terrain, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to take all her movement to get to Subtle.
Mhm.
pushing
Hello,
through
Morton.
people.
Wait, you're in the way. Wait, move.
You
Right,
can go
left,
one more
left,
square, Matt.
Right.
Oh, I
You've
can.
got 5 feet of movement still.
Okay, well, I'll go there then.
Yeah.
And attempt to patch Subtle up if he'll hold still long enough
Mm-hmm.
with my bonus action.
Okay. So Subtle, you can spend some hit dice with an additional D8 as Morton kind of slaps a plaster, a band-aid on your forehead,
How do I use
He's-
hit dice? Is that a thing?
pulls the rat off your ear.
Yeah. Turns the cannon to face away from him. Yeah, you'll have more luck doing it that way.
And then
is going to look at the Rat King and, yeah, I guess, as we've said, try and work out if I know what's going on with him,
okay,
whether we can help him in some way. How would you like me to do that?
If you want to use medical examination,
Yeah,
that
happy
will-
to.
That
Okay.
will tell you exactly. So, as you look at him, you see that this man has, for all intents and purposes, become like half rat, half humanoid. It would seem that Abel Scoril is in fact a lycanthrope, a were-rat. And the stories you've heard of lycanthropes are that they are infamously immune to physical damage.
I will relay that to the rest of the team, I suppose. But just
That's a shame, considering our wizard's not here.
Yes. We all have cutlasses and not much else.
Yup.
Right, anything else, Morton? So that was your bonus in
No,
action?
that's me
it?
done.
Okay. Knowles, as you kind of look across the crowd, you can see kind of your allies doing their things. With your higher perception, as you look across the room to the end of the fest hall, where it's a circular area with a raised stage where kind of the bards would perform, but cowering behind the piano, like you see a head pop up, and in this moment you recognize your date. Nolani.
Nolani.
The one who called you from the seas. Her and her impressively large eyes kind of look at you from behind the piano, and like she spots you as you spot her, and like she just kind of ducks back down behind the piano.
I'll look to Reeve and say, permission to help people over that way, by any chance?
Go on!
And I will do what I can to... Well, I guess I'll be starting off by getting to here.
Yeah.
And then I'll just...
Remember, as an action, you can disperse the crowds in front of you.
I'll tell everyone, get out of the way, get out of here. It doesn't even seem that good a party. Come on, everyone, out. And in the meantime, was that an action?
Yeah. So that's an action dispersal.
Damn it. All right then, I can dash as a bonus. And I will. So there. I will dash as. Can I dash?
Bear in mind, you can move through the swarms of rats. You can move over.
Oh, sweet.
But they are also difficult terrain to move through them. So
it's half and half.
So you would have. So that would have been 15 to get up to where you were.
Yeah.
Then it would have been 25. So you could end in them, or you could.
Yeah, fine.
You could go around them.
Or I'll go around them.
Okay. Right. So as you go around this
cool.
big swarm of rats, you can just see the halfling pugilist Bodger. He's now kind of grabbed 2 rats by the tail, and he's swinging them like flails to take out other rats.
Aww.
Sweet.
Whilst like covered in rats himself. Anything else? Anything else, Knowles?
Yes. Sorry, what was my date's name again?
Nolani.
Nolani. I'm gonna like shout to Nolani, like, Nolani, I'm coming, and I'm also helping everyone else. Like looking at Reeve, like still very much helping everyone, but I'm coming.
Okay. Sandbert takes a few kind of steps through the crowd, and like so, Reeve, you've told him to
Talk his dad down, whatever it takes.
talk his dad down. So, oddly, as you say that to him, Sambert looks to you, and the face he wears is one of almost incredulity. Incredulity.
Thank
you. Like it's a face that says, "Why would I do that?" In a panic state, and you watch as he just kind of he pushes his way through the crowds and starts to try to flee away.
Oh, what a tosser!
As that happens, 10, 15, 20. You watch as his father runs up to him, and there's a small pounce at the end as the Rat King, so Adel bites his son on the arm as his son tries to leave. The attack hits, and Adel, Sambert, his son, like screams out in pain as the fangs bite deep. But you also
was that 3 piercing, and he's already down to like no hit points.
Yeah. So Sambert kind of collapses to the floor, like holding his arm.
Civilians.
And the Rat King looks to you and like makes a squeaky, hissy noise, and well, looks like he's about to dart off. You see his head turn to the stairs, and on the stairs you see a panicking woman that you recognize as Cantalee Scoril, Abel's daughter. At the top of rounds, as the panics are still kind of panicking, as the crowds are still panicking and screaming, Reeve, you watch like as this Rat King looks at you shiftily, looks like he's going to bolt. You hear enough! As there's a boom and a crack of a table as this dwarf kind of crashes through a table. She growls, she stands up, the hammer she has in her hand, which is covered in runes. The runes are glowing yellow, as are her eyes. And you watch as she slams the haft of her hammer to the ground. Energy pulses out of it. And you watch as she grows wildly in size, and her skin becomes rock-like.
Oh wow!
As this dwarf woman turns into what can only be described as this large stone golem, and you hear her bellow, "Enough!" She slams her foot on the ground. Everyone, like the floor shakes. She just stamps on this rat swarm.
Amazing.
As she kind of wades back in. Everyone else, as the war dogs try their best to contain the rats, there he goes. As the bard skips out the way. The next one goes west, skitters towards you three. Another swarm goes east, skitters away from the giant. And last but not least, south. They just kind of back up away from the warlock. Okay, so the rat swarms begin to move around. Subtle, what do you do?
I shall go to this rat and just blast it.
Okay.
With my grape shot, it needs to make a save.
Okay, the rats
Ooh.
hard fail.
Sweet.
Oh,
Damage is a 12. Pretty good.
very
12
good.
damage. Okay, nice. So again, you point your cannon at the floor, and there's just a red paste as your grape shot just takes out a good third of the swarm.
Sweet. And I'm gonna move there, and then maybe here. Yeah, that sounds good. It's my turn.
Okay, Reeve.
All right. Yeah, Reeve is gonna run up all the way up to the Rat King, who's standing over. Is he still got the sun in his jaws?
He's sort of like he's bit him and he's let go. The sun's on the floor, like crying and blubbering, holding this kind of bloody, holy hand.
So she's gonna take a dance, a ready stance, which basically means she's dodging.
Okay.
And then she's gonna clock the daughter on the stairs, and she's gonna yell, "Can you talk any sense into this thing? It's your father. We need to save these civilians."
Okay. Anything else, Reeve?
Well, no, I think I've used all my actions and movements. That's it. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm hoping diplomacy's gonna win the day.
Morton, one of these rat swarms has become alarming, like it's surged towards you in an alarming manner.
So it's a bit late maybe, but can I use my reaction to skip away as a skirmisher?
You can indeed.
Thank you. Okay, second question then. Is this here a lamp?
It is.
Okay, that sounds promising. So I'm going to use my reaction to go, oh, no, and skip away.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pick up that lamp, and I'll use my action to clear some crowds.
Yeah.
Preferably, like, sort of around here.
This area here.
Yeah.
Whoop, there you go.
I was thinking the ones, yeah, that's perfect. And I'm just kind of lining up to throw this this lamp at the Rat King.
Okay, perfect. Anything else?
Yeah, I'll use my bonus action. Where is it? So yeah, this is against the Rat King. So really focusing on where I can land this lamp to hurt him the most.
Gotcha. I mean, the head will be a good shout.
Yeah, probably didn't need medical training to put that out, but yeah, okay.
Okay. Next up, Knowles. Morton has equipped herself with a lamp. You can see Reeve going toe to toe with this rat man. There is now that dwarf woman is now a giant stone golem. What do you do?
I think seeing Morton pick up a lamp, Knowles will pick up a lamp as well. It's next. I'm guessing the one on the table might be still there as well, right?
So on the table there is a 3-pronged candelabra.
Candelabra, yeah.
That you can hold like a trident.
I'll take it, not really knowing. I mean, just kind of like, oh, that's probably a good idea because Morton's doing it.
Yeah.
But then actually continue on the journey towards Nolani. And because this is clear now, I'm going to do a clear dash.
As you
We're going to do a clear movement to here.
The swarm of rats that were by you turn and they surge at you as you run past. 23 to hit for 13 damage as they bite at you as you run past them.
That got me. I should have disengaged. Oh well. Lessons learned. And I'm going to try and continue to disperse this crowd over here. Actually, no. Lies.
Yeah.
God, I don't like being a rogue. I'm going to just disengage.
Yeah.
Rogue. Rogue is great.
It's just not for me.
So you're disengaging, yeah? Or dodging?
Dodge.
Dodging. Okay, cool. In which case, Reeve, as you shout out to the woman on the stairs, go talk to your father. This woman also looks to you, and she's also gone white. And you see her splutter, but how are you? But we, and she kind of runs up the stairs and away.
Rich people, honestly.
There's like an
You're starting to get the impression that something's up.
Yeah.
These children don't seem to want to have anything to do with their father.
Their rat father.
So Samba kind of crawls away, tries his best to hide underfoot, does a surprisingly good job.
Just in the fetal position in the middle of a crowd.
He effectively, he crawls across the floor, holding his hand towards the stage, and then he just goes into a fetal position under a bench and kind of disappears from sight. There is I'll find that in a sec. So the Rat King looks to you and his nose is squiggling at you, and Abel looks to you and,
I have no qualm with you, Blue Dragon.
he says, to both of you.
I just want to be reunited with my family, yes.
He says, and he makes you watch as he starts convulsing and shrinks and turns into a rat in front of you. He disappears. He turns into a rat and then kind of scoots off. As you watch this rat, you can attack this rat as it runs away.
Yeah,
if you like.
Totally.
But it seems
totally
to have it disappeared into the swarm of rats fighting the golem.
Alright, I'm going to try and attack it as it runs off.
Yeah.
That's a 13 to hit.
That is a hit.
Yay! 13 hits rat. 6 damage.
Okay. Boom. So you hit the rat and you cut the tail off. As you bring the cutlass down, the rat squeaks and then kind of slithers off. It disappears into the rat swarm and fundamentally becomes invisible.
Man.
And it re-emerges on the other. You just see a rat making a break for it up towards the stairs behind the golem.
Oh gosh.
So tell you what, he's a ratter now. So let's make him half the size.
Little Ratu.
Little Ratty. There he is. Okay, so as the war dogs continue to hold the rat swarms at bay, this one, oh, no, come back here! You hear Malka shouting. As there's a from Squeak from Midnight Raven is forced further along the bar. This one goes southeast. The rat swarms that attack Knowles look to you, Subtle, and Bodger, and then they swarm you.
Sounds good.
So we'll do that in a sec.
Subtle.
This one goes south, and don't you come back here! Shouts the golem, who just kind of steps in around you, Knowles. And last but not least, this swarm of rats just wants to get away. Okay, Subtle.
Yes.
As you are currently in a sea of rats.
Cool.
What do you do?
I will fire my grape shot upwards.
Upwards?
Yeah.
Into the pile of rats.
Into the pile of rats.
I see.
I'm in the pile of
Point
rats.
blank.
Point blank.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let's do that. And the grape shot. Yeah, again. Yeah. No. Look at this. There we go. DC 13 dex check.
Okay. So as the rats swarm you and the halfling, they hard fail.
They're really bad at this.
7.
7. Okay. So as you badoom, the rats take a massive blow. Anything else subtle?
Can I move out of the rat zone a bit?
You can. Yeah, it's half movement.
Sure. Can I get up to here without... Wait. Oh, they're here. I'll stay here. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. So you manage to fight your way through. You can hear muffled noises from the halfling who's just been buried under these cranium rats. Reeve.
Yeah, so, oh boy. I guess I'm gonna try and follow the rat guy. And say, I'm gonna yell, crew with me! I'm gonna disengage and kind of, I guess, run, anticipating he's running after his daughter, sort of trying to keep pace with him up the stairs.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
That's it.
Okay, so as you head up the stairs, Morton, you can see Reeve is chasing after one particular rat, it would seem. A rat that is missing its tail.
Sure. Well, I will... Wrong thing. Okay. I'm going to run to there to help Knowles, and as I do, mid-run, I'm going to lob this lamp at the back of the rat's head.
Okay, yeah. Roll to
hit. What would you like me to roll for that? Just a dex?
Yes, please, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you just use your normal Black Cutlass attack, because it'll be the same stats.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah,
That is a hit, and it'll be... Let's pretend it's almost like an alchemist fire, so 2d4 fire damage.
2d4? Okay. 6.
Okay, so, Reeve, you see Morton just like throw this lamp at high velocity at the back of this rat, and the rat, as it squeaks, as this lantern kind of shatters across it. The oil spills out and kind of sets it on, like, burns it a little bit.
Wow, okay.
But it did seem to hurt the Rat King.
Right,
Cool.
Okay. Good to know.
5 more lamps.
Yeah, 5 more lamps.
No, Knowles, I know you're keen to get on with your date, but you can't go looking like this. You look terrible.
Oh, she changed.
Okay, so yeah, Knowles,
Changed.
you get to spend some hit dice.
Oh yeah. Let's see what I can do.
I really wish this ability existed normally. I really like being a
Great, isn't it?
medic. It's brilliant.
How often do you get to use it?
As long as you guys have hit dice to spend.
No, that's amazing.
Oh, nice.
10 hit points.
Sweet.
Okay. Anything else, Morton?
No, that's me.
Okay. Knowles.
I'll just give a nod to Morton and then look at Noelani and just make sure that she's okay, because I know we've had our order.
Yeah.
Is she okay?
So you can see her peering round the side. You notice that there is a swarm of rats kind of edging round edging around this circular area, being chased by the black-robed figure that's taking on this almost like Grim Reaper visage. It's floating a few feet above the ground. But yeah, there are crowds kind of panicking. Sort of like the rat swarms are moving towards. But yeah, you notice that Nolani may soon be seen by these rats.
Can I see any exits around?
The only exits are the one that you came in, the entrance you came in, and also there's a door behind the bar, but they're both at the other end of the fest hall. Alternatively, there are a number of windows that you could potentially jump through.
I'm gonna sort of try and gesture very greatly to Nolani to try and get out of the window. Like, get out!
Okay.
Get out of a window!
You
I
see
have to go upstairs!
You see your crush poke her head back up and, "Are you mad?" she shouts.
You get eaten by rats then! Is that what you want?
"Why are you shouting at me?" She yells back.
Because you're quite far away and there's a lot of rats. I can't really hear very well. Also, it's kind of a stressful situation if you don't...
What? Anything else, Knowles?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say, "I'll be back," and then run up with. I have to.
Reeve probably wouldn't mind if you brought your girlfriend.
Okay. Well, I can see what I can do. I'll look at Reeve then, get the approval, and then try and jump over these rats without getting anything. Try and dodge over these rats somehow.
Okay.
Reeve knows that a crew with a healthy personal life is a happy crew, so she's perfectly happy for you to bring your girlfriend.
So you'll be able to jump to there and kind of make it out.
Okay. So there we go. So that, and then I guess I would have what, 10 left?
Yes.
I'm gonna also
sorry,
shout her.
You still have your full movement because you're jumping over.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm jumping over the rat, and then I'm gonna kind of just say to Nolani, "Can you work with me here? This way?" And jump over, and then get closer here, I imagine, to try and catch her.
She looks to you and, "You're being very aggressive!" she shouts.
Wait! This isn't our first fight, by the way. This is just we are in a fight with rats.
She looks to you and, "You said it would be nice here!"
I didn't bring the rats. Well.
What's that smell?
Just get off the table. Get on my back. We're gonna get out of here. Try and make it a bit easier.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so
You look
Nels,
lovely, by the way.
and she looks at you and, "Yeah, your dress looks nice as well," she says. Okay, so you've acquired a Nolani. Anything else?
Have I got any? I've got no more movement, I imagine. I am going to try and just avoid any rats for a while, so
Sure.
I'll
okay.
keep on. Yeah, that's it. Done.
Okay. In which case, upstairs, you can't see it, but someone's running away at pace. The Rat King looks to you for a moment, Reeve, and the rat convulses as it returns to its original form. And 1, 2, 3. You may make a opportunity attack.
Can I? When did I last do an opportunity attack? It wasn't this round,
no, you're
was it?
fine.
Okay, cool. Let's go, babe. 19.
That is a
10
hit.
damage. It is only slashing though.
Okay, so as you slash at the Rat King as he goes up the stairs, you cut through his coat and you see like your weapon slices through his flesh. But as he runs up, you watch as the flesh just knits itself back together.
Right. Oh dear.
And you hear a scream from upstairs.
No.
First up, northwest. They're just gonna go north and southwest. "Come back, villains!" shouts Midnight Raven as he chases his rats. Southeast. Bodger emerges from the rat swarms as they slowly move away from him. Northeast. So Knowles, one of the rat swarms, is encroaching on you. And okay, cool. So yeah, the rat swarms have relocated ever so slightly again. Subtle. You can see Reeve heading up the stairs. You saw the Rat King head up the stairs.
I will follow.
Knowles is talking to a pretty lady.
Ooh. Come back, kitty. Where are you, kitty? 30 foot, 35, 40, 45, 50. That is my turn. I can see a rat.
Yeah. Okay. So as you get to the top of the stairs and look around, there's significantly less crowds up here. People are looking around, looking a bit confused. But you can see that the Rat King has caught up to this woman in a pink dress, who's currently screaming. As that happens, you see that there's another figure in the crowd who looks a bit shocked and surprised, and seems to be backing away, just sort of like in the opposite direction.
Sure. Okay, that's your turn.
Cool. Reeve.
Yep, running upstairs. Okay.
Okay, so as you get to the top of the stairs as
6.
well,
Yeah.
you can see that the Rat King has grabbed Cantalee's wrist and is kind of thrashing her around a bit.
Right. Okay. So probably going to use my action to dash.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of
At least in the way.
next to. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Thank you.
Morton.
Yeah.
This golem lady, this dwarf golem person, seems to be having a time of her life. She's kind of doing she's stamping on these rats.
Wow.
How much has Morton read or know about lycanthropy?
What is it
Well, would she know that it's infectious, for example, via bite?
give me a medicine check with advantage because you are the doctor.
Okay.
Yes. That is how the curse of lycanthropy spreads.
Okay, so would I think that if I can get to Matey Boy here quickly enough and bleed him, that might
Amazing.
help him out?
Get your leeches out.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that's what I'm going to do then.
Okay.
Your mobile leech terrarium.
Yeah, just
So-
start sharpening a knife as I move towards him. Don't worry, this won't hurt a bit.
Okay. So underneath the bench, like one of the performance benches, is Sambert Scorrel, who's like he's hiding pretty well. He's given away from the fact he's blubbering like an infant.
Yeah.
But he's
I'll
just
just
kind of
grab him by the
clutching.
ankle and just pull him out.
So yeah, as he comes out, no, please don't, mother. As he's clutching this kind of mangled hand, what do you do? You still have your action.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my action to what they do with snake bites, basically. So, like, make an incision and kind of try and encourage bleeding to keep the poison out of his veins.
If I could have a medicine check, please. An actual medicine check.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you,
Ooh.
like, the hand's a bloody mess, but you very quickly kind of wipe off so you can see what you're doing. You make the cut and squeeze on the wound hard. And this this noble, this wet behind the ear, this yup, just what are you doing? I'm dying! And as you squeeze and like you're just making this blood come out, you look at it and thankfully the blood isn't kind of congealing or doesn't look infected, and it would appear that he's not contracted the lycanthropy from the bite.
Okay, great. In that case, I'll just wrap his hand up as best I can, and then I'm going to go help the others. So
Just leave him.
yeah, just kick him back under the table.
Okay.
He's doing well for himself.
You're not a threat.
Okay. Anything else, Morton?
No, that's good. Thanks.
Okay.
Incredible.
Lani and Knowles.
I am gonna ask Nolani. All right, just before anything happens, can I ask? I can't remember. Do you have any fire magic? Do you use a crossbow? Did you bring your crossbow with you? If you do,
Nolani looks at you and I'm a seamstress, Knowles.
and a beautiful one at that. Incredible. But further now, I'm just asking if there's anything that you can do to kind of help with this. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to get you out the window.
She looks around, she reaches across the piano, she grabs the flute, the clarinet that's on the top of the piano. Like,
Really do feel like you might be better going out the window, you know.
wait, what?
I mean, this is a dangerous place. I mean, these rats, I mean, they took a chunk out of me. Thank God for Morton being here. Otherwise, I'd be gone. But,
Wait, are you okay?
Yeah.
She says. She's like looking at you, trying to see if there's anything nibbled off you.
I'm fine. Just, I'm not sure this is the safest place for you. I don't know if you're really loving it. You didn't seem to love it a minute ago. So, I mean, maybe we could reconvene this. If you get out the window, we'll meet around the front of the building when all the rats are less dead.
And
Less alive.
she looks to you as she looks at this window behind her, and out the window, out the window.
I'll be on the ground floor.
Yes.
Okay.
Or eaten by rats, potentially. I'll try my best, but, it's out the window, out the ground floor window, or eaten by swarms of rats, potentially. Again, we'll try my best not to get that to happen, but also, if you make your decision quite quickly, we're on a kind of ratty schedule at the moment.
So Nalani looks to you, and she squeaks, she kind of closes her eyes, she scrunches her face up, and she turns to face the window, and she takes a deep breath, and she runs towards the window, at the last moment throws the clarinet at the window, which just boom, bounces off, hits her in the head, and as she in confusion goes through the window, smashes as she tumbles through.
You can open it, surely.
He's gonna open the window.
Why didn't she open it?
And she, there's glass flies in all directions as this water ganassi just falls through. Lands in a crumple.
But are you sure she's the one? I'm so sorry.
I mean, I was dazzled by her beauty, and she's so very smart. Maybe it's just not street smart. Smart. She's
not wise. She's not wise.
And there's the big smash. There's the crowd nearby turns to look, and then you hear a "I'm okay" from outside.
Okay, go and get help if you can. / run, and I'll meet you later. And then I'm gonna turn around. Great day, and then I'm gonna run back and try and just do a jump over the stage.
You can use the stage as a vault.
And thank you. I'm gonna do a vault over the stage. I'm gonna dash.
Oh, Knowles, are you aware that there is a big hole cut out of the ceiling above the stage, and there's a chandelier hanging down?
Yes.
Well then. If that's the case, I'm going to jump onto the stage and try and vault onto the chandelier.
Okay. So if I could have Anne... I'm going to need an athletics check. Athletics.
What? Athletics?
For the jumping.
Why not... But it's acrobatics for the jumping.
For the jumpings is athletics. It won't be very high, though, so... That will do it. So as you take a stop as you're in the kind of the stage area. As you look up, sure enough, there's a chandelier hanging in the gap of the observation balcony up ahead. And as you take a run, a leap, and a jump, you manage to jump up, and you're now on the second floor, and you can see Reeve kind of over. There's some crowds who are panicking a little bit. And you'll have enough movement to then make another jump onto the main stage.
Wait, a 20-foot jump?
10-foot jump.
Oh, sweet.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, you are now upstairs. You Cantalee screams. The Rat King looks to you, Reeve, and
why are you trying to deny me?
He says, and he swings the he swings the staff at you.
Ooh.
One-handed.
It's a hit.
And boom, donks you on the head for 5 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just want to be with my children.
And he then bites his daughter's arm.
Ooh.
She takes she collapses to the ground and faints as he bites into her upper arm and privately. Okay, cool. And he and he looks up to him, and you see him looking around, and he seems to notice. And Reeve, you notice a third child.
Oh no.
At the top of round, let's do that. Cool. So Subtle's upstairs. Who's downstairs? Just Morton. So we'll just do north, northeast. Oh, not again! Shouts Midnight Raven as he gets swarmed by rats again. East,
Come back here.
northeast. As this golem's just chasing off the rats. And northwest. You hear the kind of the floating robed figure go, "Oh no!" as he gets swarmed by rats. Subtle, upstairs. What do you do?
I will go next to Rat King, and I will do my grape shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Like-
So yeah, you notice he's kind of stooped over this prone female form. She's passed out. And as you,
I just put the barrel in his face and just turn it on.
Oh,
okay, and the Rat King looks to you, slightly surprised as you, and he takes
damage.
7 damage. Okay.
my gosh.
Boom! And a bit of his ear disappears as the shrapnel blows it clean off. And the rat screams out in pain.
Go away, kitty! Turn.
Reef!
I'm gonna, spotting the other child over here, I'm going to attempt to grapple the Rat King.
Okay. So if you roll your athletics,
Yes.
I will roll...
10. Please roll poorly. He did not roll poorly.
Okay, the Rat King so Abel manages to squiggle away.
Okay.
So Cantor-Lee is out of the running, but
Okay, so I failed to grapple the Rat King, so instead I'm just gonna kind of... She's asleep, so can I move across her if it has difficult terrain?
she's unconscious, so you can just step over her, yeah.
Okay, so I will sort of position myself here to make it harder for him to run towards his son.
Okay.
And say, and just sort of yell to Knowles a warning that he might try and run at this kid and to
Okay.
cut him off at the pass if she can.
So as the two of you kind of take up defensive positions by this, it appears to be a statue of some sort of knight on a horse. A mermaid on a horse, even. Morton, downstairs.
A mermaid on a horse?
Yeah, I know, right? It's weird. Morton, downstairs seems to be a bit more calm. The crowds are now starting to fully disperse as they make their way towards the doors. So downstairs is getting cleared out.
I'm just going to sprint upstairs.
Cool. The war dogs seem to have it kind of on lockdown down here.
Okay.
Way.
Okay, and then Morton, as you make it upstairs, you can see the Rat King in kind of this low, hunched position, like nose wiggling. There's blood coming from the side of its head. You can smell the gunpowder, and you can see that the wall directly behind the Rat King is just pocked with shrapnel marks.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'm going to have to dash, I think, to get to there.
Okay.
Oh,
I can, yeah.
walls everywhere. I'll pull out my cutlass as I run, but that's all I can do, I think.
Okay. Nolani, she makes a scrabble for safety, and she runs off to alert the authorities. Knowles, as you land, you can see Morton arrives for the party.
The authorities are all here. This was the
true.
party for the authority to get them
fair,
out of the way.
They haven't been doing a great job of helping, so there must be
Really-
some other authorities
really
that are
bad
going to
job.
be, it's a whole
That's
crowd
true.
of,
Wow.
of
That's true.
people not dispersing
Just
and following orders.
Not my job.
Well.
Not my job.
Wow.
Knowles, what do you do?
Guess the security wasn't very good in just letting anyone in. I'm going to follow Reeves' orders. I'm going to get myself into position to intercept Ratman.
Mm-hmm.
Rat King, if he does try to get towards his child.
Okay.
I'm gonna go here.
So as you run in, you can see this child. So you recognize this as Genlin Scoril, the youngest of the Scoril children. And as he seems to be kind of pushing the crowd around him, in front of him to use as almost like a human shield. But then you hear, you hear him say, "But you're supposed to be dead. I thought we." As he pushes his way back. Anything else, Knowles?
Can I just check? Can I use can I use an insight there? Because I thought we is kind of going because I'm not going to be defending someone that's just trying to kill their own father. I mean, unless he was a really, really bad. I mean, he doesn't seem like the best dad, so it's a kind of mix of the two, isn't it? But
you can give me an insight if you so wish. Yeah. Oh yeah. So the way that there is a distinct guilt and panic in Genlin's voice.
I'll definitely ask then. I thought you what? You thought that you'd what exactly?
You're a blue dragon. Protect me! Protect me now!
Well, the only way to protect you is to know the full story so that we can help you.
The monster's trying to eat me!
What happened, Genlin?
So that'll be enough talk for that turn. Anything else, Knowles?
Nope. I will ready an action to stab on the floor a rat.
Okay.
Comes up.
No worries. So yeah, as this kind of monocled Ute staggers away from you, and he's in this almost this silky purple, expensive looking top with gold filigree and studded earrings, and yeah, he looks like an absolute tit. But as he staggers away from the creature that is his father, Abel Scoril, the Rat King, looks to you all and...
The blue dragons are supposed to protect Cormyr.
And he looks to you all.
What will you do when you have to protect your fight against yourselves?
He says. And the crystals on the staff begin to glow.
Oh no.
And as a pulse bursts out, you see a number of the crowd around you. You recognize to be Marsember Watch.
Oh no, those bastards.
They go limp, they make noises, and then their eyes begin glowing pink.
Hold on, that used to only control rat minds, and now it controls people?
So the Marsember Watch join the fight as the Rat King looks to you all and...
Genlin, it's your turn, yes?
And as the Rat King skitters away...
Attack of opportunity, 20. 11 slashing damage.
Okay, so you manage to kind of jab him through the shoulder.
Did Morton make one as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I shoot him as an attack of opportunity?
I contend
probably,
that Gertha is a strength-based melee weapon that happens to have some range.
You can use an improvised attack, yeah.
What do you mean by improvised attack?
So it'd be a strength plus proficiency. So
what, to whack him with Gertha?
Yeah.
whack him with Gertha, yeah.
D8 or D6?
Improvised is D4.
Cannon whip.
Sorry, my line's breaking up. I can't hear very well.
So an improvised attack is D4 damage plus strength.
Okay, but I need to roll to hit.
Yeah. So it'd be, yes, just a proficient strength check.
That's
a hit, okay. So, as you, Subtle, as you, donk, hit this right on the top of the head with Gertha, for 4 damage, Morton and Reeve, you both kind of skewer this creature with your cutlasses, and he arches his back as the blades enter, and he pulls himself away and kind of skitters across, and you watch as the wounds immediately close back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like this rat skitters towards you, Knowles. Jenlin backs away and starts to make a break for it. Subtle.
Oh, where the rat can go? Is it
The
He's
Rat
round
King
behind-
is behind the
yeah.
statue. Yeah.
I'll just do this. There. All right. We're gonna turn on the burn again.
Okay.
Actions. Gertha, grape shop. Shoot.
Okay. So as you chase behind the Rat King, and he fails again.
Good damage. 7 again. Right.
7. There's a smell of burnt fur as you scorch another chunk of the carpet. Along with,
I'll just move next to them. That's my turn.
Go. Reef.
Hang on. I guess I've got to go 5, 10. Oh man, can I get past these guys like down here?
Yep.
50, 25, and I think I want to make an intimidation check against this little shit,
Yeah.
Genland, and to make him tell us what's actually going on. So I'm gonna yell, "What is this situation? What have you done to your father?"
Oh boy. Okay. So
17 intimidation check.
as you come,
I'm pointing my cutlass at him.
Yeah, so you're towering over the crowds, and as you shout, Jenlin, like his foot slips on the loose carpet underfoot, and he kind of crashes to the floor. And like as he kind of crawls away and is back up against the wall, you just hear him start blabbering. But he wasn't supposed to come back. I thought we did. Oh God.
So yeah. The kids clearly tried to murder him, probably for the inheritance. Seen it a million times before.
Just classic.
Classic. Yeah, classic.
Anything else, Reef?
Was that my action, the intimidation check?
Arguably, yeah.
Yeah. That's fine then. Thank you.
Cool. So, just as an aside, because I think now you can pretty much all see. So, as Jenlin kind of crawls across the floor in a panic up against this door, off in the corner, you can see another duo. There's 2 more figures at the end of the hallway who seem to be somewhat oblivious to everything else that's going on around them. There is a tall, hulking, hooded figure, also in dirty clothes, kind of similar to the Rat King, actually. But he currently has what appears to be a halfling in a pork pie hat by the scruff of the neck, holding him up at head height. And the large beast of a man roars, "You spoke to her! Donahue! Where is she?"
Oh no!
And this, like, as you look, you recognize a halfling being choked by this huge brute of a man is none other than Eduard Piepincher, a known crime lord in Marsember.
He's fine.
Tell me where she is!
Nothing to see over there.
Morton!
Yeah, I guess she will run up to, what's her name? This lady?
Cantalee.
Cantalee, and not to worry, miss. We'll have a look. We'll get you checked out, and just rinse and repeat. Basically, try and see if she's been infected.
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
Yep.
That's fine. Okay, so you kind of wipe away the blood on her arm, and whilst the gash is deep, and like she's losing blood and she's losing consciousness, you notice that also the blood doesn't seem to be infected, so she seems to have also gotten away with lightly.
Okay, great. I'll say something comforting to her, and then are these chandeliers? How high up are they? And 2, are they like oil based or are they candles?
They will be oil lanterns, yes.
Oh, okay. So I'll probably shout to Knowles then.
They're probably like no more than 10 feet up.
The ropes,
Okay.
though. Can I just ask, interrupt, the ropes that are they going down towards the ground, or are they are they getting strung downwards, or are they getting strung along the top?
Oh, they're strung from the rafters. So if you could throw
Onward.
something to
No,
cut them.
I mean,
Oh.
oh yeah. So like this rope here, for instance, is it coming diagonally down to the floor or to the wall, or is it all the way top of the?
That's just
ceiling?
the graphical design, but no, they're held on vertical ropes straight to the rafters overhead.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, you could cut them and make them fall. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'll shout. Fire seems to hurt them. Cut the chandeliers down.
Nice.
Okay.
Disperse the crowds first.
Yeah, maybe do that first. I'll step in front of this lady here and draw my cutlass to defend her against these ruffians.
So the Marsember watch, who look at you slack-jawed. This lady just kind of makes a gurgling noise as she She looks at you and makes a squeaking noise, like she's a rat, and she steps forward and raises a club. Oh
no!
And Morton, she with a surprising speed, she manages to land a critical hit on you for 9 damage.
Ouch. Okay.
This next one takes a look at you, Knowles, and fluffs. Absolutely fluffs it. This third one takes a swing at you, Reeve. The 13 to hit.
Fails.
And this last one charges up behind you, Subtle, and 21 to hit. Ooh. Ooh, donk for 2 damage.
The bloody Marsember bloody watch. This is just all in a day's work for them.
Knowles.
Yeah, so I want to ready the action to when the Rat King comes underneath the chandelier.
Yeah.
I cut it out, and then, yeah.
Are you going to step out of the way from it? Because it will...
I am indeed.
Okay. Cool. No worries. Right, so yeah, you ready? And how are you just going to, jump up and cut it with your sword? Or with your cutlass?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No
I'm
worries.
going to do a little kind of scrabbly, climby jump thing.
Yeah,
the most acrobatic jump I can do.
That sounds good. Anything else, Knowles? Or are you just going to hold fire?
I'm just going to shout out to everyone. By the way, I'm gonna cut this.
Okay. The crowds around you. What? Cool. So the Rat King makes a break from Subtle, so you get another opportunity attack if you want it.
It's fine. Doesn't do it.
And as he skirts past you, Knowles.
Yep. Cut.
Okay, so you cut the chandelier as you reach up, and you cut the rope holding the chandelier up. You have to jump up, use the door handle as a prop to get enough height to cut it. The chandelier falls, and so Rat King needs to make a dex save. That's a pass, so he will take. Okay, so the Rat King sees the hears the chandelier coming and jumps out the way and only takes a point of damage, unfortunately. But the plan is sound. It seems to do him damage.
Great.
And then he pushes his way through the crowd, and he's nearly on Jenlin. Jenlin gets up and jumps and sort of hides behind a sofa at the back of behind the couple in the corner, the arguing couple, if you will. Subtle
will move here and do the spray cannon grape shot again.
Okay.
13.
He fails again.
Oh yes. That's going too far. Okay, that's slightly better. And damage.
10.
10.
Okay.
10 points. Nice.
So this time you manage to get the cannon in his back and and like shreds of skin, muscle, and bone fly away from the creature, and like the heat stops it from coming back together. Anything else subtle?
That is my turn.
Okay. Reeve.
Right. Reeve is gonna run up. She's gonna take the opportunity attack from the Marsember Watch person, if they so wish.
Squeak. She
They
says.
they miss, and Reeve is gonna attempt to make a non-lethal takedown on the Rat King,
Okay.
if possible. So if this hits, it will be non-lethal.
Yep.
All right. It's a 24.
Ooh, that's a hit.
And it does 7 non-lethal hilt damage
Okay.
on the Rat King.
In which case, yeah, as you run up, the creature's just boom been slammed up against the wall with pellets, like shrapnel pellets, embedded in its back. As it kind of looks up, it doesn't appear to have use of its legs anymore. And as he's like crawling across the carpet, trailing blood behind him, like focused on his wailing child hiding behind the sofa, the armchair. And as you run up behind him and boom, you strike him on the back of the head with enough force that the creature just goes limp and collapses.
Right. Do the Marsember Watch appear to be any less ratty?
As the Rat King passes out, the staff rolls away from his hand, and you notice the crystals are still glowing, and the Marsember Watch is still ratty.
No. Okay.
Anything else, Reeve?
Probably going to reach for the staff, if possible. Yeah,
can-
it seems like a Reeve move.
Okay. Morton.
Morton's going to look at this Marsember Watch lady, go, bit of a weak jaw you got there, and just hilt to the face.
Okay.
So anatomical precision.
Yeah.
And then non-lethal.
That's a hit.
Okay. So this plus
D6.
this.
13.
Okay, 13 damage. So as you say that, the woman in front of you like scrunches her nose a little bit. Squeak, she says, and as you sock her with the handguard of your cutlass, sure enough, you hear a sound of jaw cracking as you fracture her weak jaw, and then she teeters back, hits the banister, and goes over the edge of the stairs.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
And you hear her boom, and she hits the stairs and boom, 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 and she rolls down it, and she is out for the count.
Okay. Wasn't quite as non-lethal as I anticipated.
Probably
Yeah,
broken
you
it.
didn't get her, but the full damage.
Gone about
did.
the stairs.
She's fine. She's fine.
Yeah.
Anything else, Morton?
Can I squeeze past this chap here? Do I think, or would I have to go round the statue?
You could squeeze past, I think.
Okay. All right. So I will shimmy past him. That's 5, 10. 15.
So as you squeeze through, you notice that Reeve is holding this kind of driftwood staff in her hand.
Sure.
You're the
Okay.
doctor. What do I do?
I don't know. Try smashing it.
So the Marsember Watch squeak. So one jumps at you again, Knowles, and misses. One jumps at you, Morton, and misses. And the third one scurries across the floor on all fours like he's a rat, and
Oh,
misses subtle.
wow!
Wow.
Wow!
Knowles, what do you do?
Typical Marsember Watch.
That elite training kicking in.
Yeah.
I am going to feel behind me for the door handle
Ooh.
and quickly look and see if there's anything in there that is good for catching rats with. Well, catching human rats with and keeping them in place. But it looks like no, right?
Wait, so when you say human rats, you mean like...
Rat kings.
Oh, under... As you peer into the bedroom, it's like a boudoir, right? Like a sleazy boudoir. Everything's in kind of glossy red and pinks, and the pillows on the beds are heart-shaped. And like on the bedside table, you see a pair of what effectively look like fluffy handcuffs.
Yeah.
I will disengage from this
Yeah.
Marsember rat.
Yeah.
And go and grab the fluffy handcuffs.
Okay, cool. So as you
And
break
as I
away,
go in, I'm also going to go. It was a nice place. It's just not a nice situation.
as you run away from the Marsember garden in front of you, much like a rat, he gets too excited and pees himself. Okay, so yeah, you reach into the room, you grab the fluffy handcuffs, and I'll
grab them out and like wave them at Reeve, like, this could help.
Okay. Right. In which case, we'll tell you what. Let's do that. And Reeve, as Knowles waves some fluffy handcuffs at you, as the Marsember guard are kind of going at you like rat-like zombies. What do you do, staff in hand?
I'm going to attempt to smash the... Subtle, are you shooting at the staff?
I'm shooting at the two Marsember watch.
Okay, fine. That's fine. If you were shooting at the staff, I'd just hold it out for you and hope that you don't shoot my hands.
Hang on. Right, so Reeve and Subtle, if I could have a quick dexterity check, because I've just closed down the initiative tracker, but let's see who does their thing first.
Just a straight dexterity check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I having a
Ability check.
Am I making a dex check?
Yes, please.
Yes, you are.
4?
Would it not be an initiative roll?
It'd be an initiative roll, but... Oh, okay. So, Reeve, as you hold the staff and like, and you realise that this is the key to everything, you hear the boom as Subtle fires his cannon. Subtle, one passes, the other passes. Okay, what's the damage?
Damage is... What is it?
13.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so as you at point blank range turn your cannon and fire it, the two Marsember watch are blown backwards. One is fired through the door, like heavily scarred and burnt, as they lay sprawled out and they take their 7 damage each. Sorry, their 6 damage each. And then Reeve, as you watch Subtle blow these two guards to halfway to the abyss. What do you do?
Tell you what, I'm going to go over to the statue because it looks nice and sturdy. I'm going to swing the staff at the statue to attempt to break it.
Okay, so as you swing the staff, it connects with the head of the horse, and you swing it with enough strength that you hear a cracking as the crystal meets stone, and the studded crystals shatter and all but explode as the top of the staff snaps off as the weak, flimsy wood snaps from the impact. And as the head of the staff falls to the ground, you watch as the crystals that are left grow dim in light. And the Marsember watch in front of you, who's now got this kind of piss stain on the front of his trousers and kind of chewing on his bottom lip, the pink purpley glow in his eyes fades.
Ooh.
And
Yes.
he sort of like looks to you a bit confused and wait, what's happening? And as he looks around, Oh, he realizes he's pissed himself. There's groans from the woman at your feet, with what appear to be severe burns, like up her front, like her dress is just burnt and full of small shrapnel holes, and she's just lying on the ground. You hear grunts of pain coming from the room to the south. The Rat King is unconscious, and apart from the smoke, the smell of gunpowder from Subtle's cannon, everything seems calm.
Does it sound like all the people have got out downstairs?
It sounds like all the people have got out downstairs. But as you kind of look to each other and figure out if everyone's all right, you hear a crash as you watch Eduard Piepincher get thrown 10 feet into a sofa, which rocks and smashes against the wall. This hulking figure turns to you, like looks to you all, and as he steps towards you, you realize there's something deeply wrong with him. His eyes are blood red. He has pronounced fangs. His hands are clawed, and he walks with this heavy hunch, and he stinks of death. And as he steps towards you and sort of like looks to you all and snarls, what do you do? What do you do?
Uncle Modric, is that you? Uncle?
The rest of the crowds, they run. They've had more than enough. And the figure ignores you, Subtle, then, as he walks past and, out of my way! He growls.
I guess Reeve might make a half-hearted attempt to say, stop in the name of the Blue Dragons.
As you say that, he also twitches and like convulses, much like Abel did a second ago. And this man turns into this huge black-scaled creature with what appears to be like blood-stained red patterning across his scales, and this lizard-like draconian head emerges from the hood.
Not another one.
As
from behind Noel's wall to say, or just keep going, right, Bree?
Yeah, as you were, I suppose.
There he is.
Nope.
So,
not my uncle.
So yes,
there he is.
The creature, he transforms into this lizardy-like creature, and then before your eyes, the creature's silhouette seems to shimmer, and you watch as he effectively turns invisible as he adopts this almost chameleon-like camouflage. And before long, the creature in front, you can just about see his outline in the swinging chandeliers overhead. But the creature disappears, and Reeve, you feel you're pushed back as this creature shoves you. You hear its footsteps make its way towards the viewing area, and you watch as it leaps down, and you hear the smash of glass as it evidently disappears through some sort of window into the streets outside.
Oh, I'd hate to be on his bad side.
And as you sit and wonder what on earth just happened, you look to one another, and you look to the now fluffy handcuffed Rat King on the floor. And it's over? You've done it? You've stopped it?
Apparently.
The Marsember Watch kind of run off in different directions, because they're all a bit confused. And as you look to each other and dare to take a breath, you hear a bell begin tolling. It tolls, it rings out through the city, and you recognize it as the Naval Drydock's call to arms.
Oh.
He's at the dry dock! Did you actually hear that? Because I yelled quite loud. Okay.
Who's at the
Sounds
dry
fine.
dock?
Marrow fat!
Maro
And
what?
Reeve is
Really,
just
Reeve?
gonna run for it. Come on, crew!
I don't think Marafat is really high up on our priority list right now, surely?
I know what that bell sounds like. It's marrow fat for sure.
They'll just gonna
on,
look
good-
around the whole area like,
What do we do with Ballman?
Oh, good point.
So as as you kind of stand gathered around, you see a number of purple dragons who had not attended this party because they're all stuck up. They begin to kind of filter upstairs. Is everyone all right? They shout as they look around and they kind of start surveying the devastation. And yeah, everything looks all right as the purple dragons start taking charge. Much like purple dragons are wont to do. And like a couple of them kind of stand around and look at a couple of them look to you lot, covered in bite marks, some of you covered in blood, stinking of sewage. They look at the were-rat on the floor, fluffily handcuffed, and like seeing your face, Reeve, the two purple dragons. We'll take it from here, they say.
Yeah. I guess we hurriedly try to explain that there's clearly something going on, like who the Rat King is, before we go, and the
the
fact that
children might have
tried to
murdered.
do their dad in, but then he came back as a were-rat. You know how it is.
Settle's just been beating the Rat King with his cannon, and then like as Bruce appears, and then goes away. Like what? What?
Okay. Yeah, right. So yeah, you're explaining this, and you could just hear the boom, huh, boom, what, boom, huh, boom. Okay, so Genlin kind of scurries out from his hole, and he kind of steps up to, like, moves in amongst you lot, and oh, it's terrible! It's terrible! This monster came and was trying to murder us. I submit myself to your protection. He begs to the purple dragons.
Not
I'm
gonna let him
gonna
get away
shout.
with that.
Yeah. But I'll look to Reeve and go, should we... Can he not be under surveillance or questioning? He needs to be investigated.
Yeah, we'll hand that over to the purple dragons.
Okay.
Let them know we heavily suspect he's not as innocent as he's acting.
Okay. The purple dragon blade looks the four of you up and down. Who are you? They say.
Yeah, I just introduce us as off-duty blue dragons.
And they sort of like look to you a bit confused. And when you confirm you're blue dragons, they look out they turn to look, and you can still hear the sound of the bell going from the docks. And shouldn't you get to that?
This is what I'm saying. Come on, crew. We're done here.
Okay.
Okay.
So, much to some of your reluctance, as Reeve corrals you into another sprint across the city, and you're all battered and bruised, and some of you are hurt, apart from Subtle. Subtle seems to have got off scot-free. But you manage to run your way across, like, out of the merfolk. As you run past, the war dogs are sort of like wrapping up. The floor is covered in blood splats of squished rats. And like they're all just kind of sat, just covered in crimson. And Malka sort of like sees you Reeve, as you run out, and the others trailing behind, and she lifts her hand and, "Good luck," she says.
Good teamwork.
And as you make your way across town to the dry docks, you arrive, and sure enough, you can see a picture of carnage. As there are there are dock hands unconscious on the ground with what appear to be blunt force trauma wounds to backs of heads.
No.
You see boxes shattered and broken, like crates shattered and broken. And Reeve, Knowles, Morton, and Subtle, as you reach, as you're heading towards the docks, you can see another group of purple dragons coming in through the other gates, and they appear to be chasing that large, hulking, coated man. And you hear one of them shout, "Stop him!" As this figure just charges his way through the streets, like heading almost in the same kind of direction as you lot. But as the four of you, the figure reaches this group of adventurers ahead of you. He pounces at one. This little, it looks like a little girl of some sort. And you're not quite sure what happens. Perhaps she's a mage, but she screams, and this hulking figure is blown away, is thrown a good 20 feet, hits the side of your ship, and splashes into the water. As they pick themselves up and make their way to the dock, you see them board the gangplank up onto the Fortune's claw, and you turn to look and you see that the bobbing apple is still on its practice stand off to the right. And yeah, as you arrive, you see one solitary figure on the dock, and this halfling turned with a peg leg, wearing a shoddy-looking shoddy-looking blue dragon outfit, turns to look at you, and the chest seems to puff out ever so slightly.
Wow, how the worm turneth.
You hear, like, as you take in everything that's happening, you see a little pink-haired gnome poke her head over the back of the ship, and she shouts out,
"Ladies and gentlemen, this is the day you'll remember almost catching Sambo Marifat."
And as you realise what's about to happen, and you feel everything just kind of all hope leave you, Subtle, you feel a surge of energy within you. As you feel that you and you alone could catch Sambo Marifat.
Is it rum? Or vodka? Or... Oh! Energy! As training overtakes you, Subtle, and you burst past Reeve, Morton, and Knowles, who have just kind of stopped with their hands on their knees, and you go hooning forward down the dock, cannon in hand. You can see the halfling on the dock just starting to look a bit panicked as a dwarf with a cannon runs towards him. And as you may make a single Girther shot. Yes. Let's go. Girther. Solid slug. Roll. Normal.
So as you pull out 2 fingers, point this barrel, and you've never felt so convicted in your life. And as you light the flintlock, you flick the flint switch, and you feel the recoil as Girther boom, fires a solid shot towards the dread pirate Zumbo Marifat. You see him, and he reaches behind him, and then throws something at you in return, and you watch as this something expands with an alarming speed into what appears to be a large orange octopus, which lands over your cannonball, and it engulfs it. The octopus is flung backwards and collides with the halfling. They kind of tumble. The octopus immediately shrinks back down to normal size, and the halfling turns and flees, running up the gangplank, and you watch as he just throws the gangplank into the water. As this young kind of redhead leans over and cuts the rope mooring the ship, and from the captain's deck you just see the face of Zumbo Marifat as you sail off into the distance.
Oh my god.
And as the four of you sit, take a breath and realise just how much trouble you're going to be in with the captain, as you watch the Fortune's Claw sail out of the dry docks, and you turn and look and notice that all of the other ships moored here are beginning to
list as they take on water.
Oh god.
We might as well have bloody stayed here the whole night.
We will call it there. Congratulations, everyone, on completing your shore leave.
I think
I feel
Morton is
so
going to be
bad for these
absolutely
guys.
fuming with Reeve.
Oh, Reeve owes everyone a drink.
Yeah.
Oh, I just feel like these guys have had the worst time ever.
It's the worst time.
It's
Actually, Subtle had fun. I think Subtle enjoyed it.
Has Subtle realised it's our ship he's stolen?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
Cool. So, yes, thank you, everyone, for playing. I hope you enjoyed, because that was a bit manic. But yes. Now we know that there's always two sides to a story, eh?
Very good.
Cool.
Amazing.
So, with the conclusion of this brief side adventure, next week we will be returning to the adventures of the Warhounds as they sail off into the Dragonmere aboard this lovely ship. Actually, it looks quite new. It was called the Fortune's Claw, but it appears that Zumbo has now rebranded it. So yeah, we'll see what adventures they get up to. But yeah, thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. And I'll catch you next time.
See you next time.
Thank you.
Next time.
Dad.
Bye.
Thank you,
Carol.
everyone.
Bye 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 bye. And with that, our second adventure with the Blue Dragons comes to an end. As the Warhounds sail off into the distance, what will come of our brave crew who now find themselves unexpectedly shipless? Will they ever catch the traitorous cur called Zumbo Marifat? Maybe one day, we'll find out. Thank you for joining us on this brief intermission to the main story. Next week, we return to the heroic Warhounds as they head towards their next destination, guided by Renna's ominous vision. Once again, thank you to Birdie Maps for allowing me to edit their maps for these two sessions. You should definitely go check out their Patreon as their stuff is incredible. There'll be a link down below. If you like what you've seen, like the video and leave a comment, and then catch another video here. You can subscribe here to keep up to date with all our new weekly videos as well. Until next time, stay safe, and may the realms endure.